Jay. Hi everybody. We are out here in Hungry Valley, I guess, right next to Pyramid Lake, up past Castaic, and way past Santa Clarita. So I feel like we have not been in the rig for quite a bit, but we're actually out here. It's actually cooler, for one, up here than it is down in where we normally go. This is a little state park. It's pretty nice. A lot of greenery on this side of or up here in the hills, mountains. So today we're going to go through, I guess, a tutorial of how to adjust your shocks, your rebounds, compressions, and all that stuff, because I guess not a lot of people, or I guess not a lot of people that we hang out with are familiar, or I think when you get your rig, you're just a little scared to make all those adjustments. And, I mean, it is a little intimidating, so we're just gonna go through them because Kevin does it and it's pretty easy. He understands it really well. We've done it for a few friends and they say it's night and day. Some of them don't even, well, we went with shock therapy, but I guess some are fine with just doing the adjustments. But if you want to do the shock therapy like we did, it makes it even better. So we're just gonna go through that today. So we'll get cleaned up and I'll see if Kevin's ready, and then we'll head over to the Can-Ams. Alright, so this is something that we bought. This little, not this, Kevin actually added this part on because for the most part you're going to need a 17 millimeter to do the top, the low speed compressions, right? Or the high compressions.
Well, yeah, so it's gonna be the 17 millimeter is gonna be for the high speed,
and then the flathead, which he added on, so it's to do the low compressions and the rebounds. So, well, the only reason, if you bought a tool like this, I wouldn't suggest adding it unless you have an open frame like this, because it can do a full circular turn. With our buddy's rig that Kevin was adjusting, it stops because it's hitting the shock tower. Okay, the shock tower. So ours is a little bit more open and more accessible. For the most part, so we're out here at Gorman. I think we had it at soft. It was too soft because there's a lot of whoops out here, right? And it's just you're hitting the whoops.
No, actually,
I guess it was okay.
It's pretty flat out here. So what we had in Arizona,
yeah, Arizona
it was
terrain,
really rough.
yeah.
So that we had to stiffen everything up. So basically, I stiffened the high compression.
Okay.
And we just basically went.
So the high compression is this. The low compression is the flathead.
Correct.
So, and then the rebounds are all the way down here.
Yes.
Flathead as well. So if you go soft, basically the shock valves are, the fluid is flowing through.
So just think of it as like a valve, like a garden hose. So with the garden hose, as you tighten it, it'll limit how much fluid comes out.
Okay.
So as you open it up, more fluid flows
so then
through.
It just,
so that way it can move more oil.
So then when you stiffen it, it moves less oil, and
yes. So more dampening.
Okay.
And then with fully open, you just get more flow. So I think with the rebound, I just fully opened it up. So when I usually set something, I fully open it up so it's fully open, and then I tighten it accordingly. So I think I went 6 clicks in. Okay,
so how many turns?
Oh, this one actually has a clicks.
Okay, so you'll feel the click.
Yeah, you'll feel the click. And I believe there's like over, man, I would say 18 clicks in there.
Okay, so there's
Don't mark my words, but
well, and then this is also, and I think, is it also different because we have like the 2017 model, like on the 2021 model that you were working on, our buddies, did he have the same amount of clicks? I want to say he had 16 clicks.
No, so they're all the same because it's the same shock. Okay. But I believe maybe the valving is different from factory, because as the years progress, I think they valved the car differently for different drivabilities.
So yeah, so when we were in Arizona terrain, we stiffened everything up. The terrain out there was super rough, so stiffening it helped a lot more for the ride. Out here, we're in a, I guess, more mellow terrain,
yeah,
so it's
flat.
soft, and everything just kind of everything just kind of eats it up, and the ride's a lot better. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. If you just mess with it, and then I guess any turns that you do over here, obviously you want to do the same amount of turns on the other side, obviously,
or the other 3 shocks.
yeah. And then in the rear, yeah, and the rear as well. So the rear over here, yeah. So just make sure whatever you're doing to all the shocks, just make it consistent, and that's pretty much it. Like, I mean, you just have to play with it. All these new cars come with
like
smart shocks.
Yeah, CanAm comes with smart shocks, and there's Dynamics, which is Polaris.
Okay, so Razor has the Dynamics, and then CanAm has the smart shocks, and that's just basically you can just adjust it in your car.
Or actually, yeah, you adjust the firmness.
And well, so
but then there's like all this internal computer stuff that when you have body roll on these new cars, it'll compensate for how much it needs to work. I don't know, it's super complicated.
So we don't have any of that. We manually do our own, but if you have a model like ours where you gotta manually do it, it's it's just a 17 millimeter and a flathead, and that's pretty much it. So we're just going to put it around this weekend. While the temperatures up here is a lot cooler. I don't know, this might be one of our last 2 rides, and then on to lake season. Yeah, so we'll just hang out this weekend, and then more to come because we haven't been in the rig for a while, and we actually need to take it in. So more to come on that and why we need to take it in. So currently we are on a softer setting right now, so this is just for plushness, ride comfort, but you definitely want to turn it to firm if you're going to do tight corners, or if you're going to go a little bit quicker on pavement, highways. Basically, I mean, if you're going to have to adjust it to your liking, because a firm setting helps with GL actions during, I guess, rock crawling, slow speeds. So here, once we get a little bit rockier, we kind of want to just adjust it a little bit. I mean, this is kind of mild, maybe in the middle. We will start heading to, there's an obstacle course here similar to Akatia Wells where we would want to do firm. So we'll get to that little section first. So here we adjusted our buddy shocks way too soft. You can see, yeah, right there, how his bottom's just digging in. We'll slow this down right there. He's just going into it way too much, so he's at way too soft, so we need to adjust that for him. So we'll go into these rock crawling, I guess this obstacle section over here, and we adjusted it to firm so that we can get through all these little obstacle courses. So basically overall, low speeds, aka I guess rock crawling like here we're going to do in a little bit, you want to be at firm. And then at high speeds, it would be good for soft. Unless you're going through whoop-de-doos, then you're going to feel a lot of those GLs. So you're just going to have to find that in-between spot that you'll be comfortable with. Gorman, Hungary Valley. It's a pretty calm weekend. I was very surprised. Lots of trails out here, not too bad. There was that cool obstacle course that we went on, basically a mini version of the one in Ocotillo Wells that we went to with the Jeep. All in all, pretty good weekend.
It was a great weekend.
Yeah, pretty mellow. So for the summer, we just got to take this in. More to come on that on the next video. And just, I guess, a recap of what we did this weekend was just, we just showed you guys how to do your shock adjustments.
Yeah, you know, the low compression, high compression.
Just to make it either a softer ride or to stiffen up your ride. So I think for here, we kind of needed to meet in the middle. Like, because if it was too soft,
yeah,
you'll get like really high.
We'll hit the G out.
Yeah, the G out.
The car would feel like it's bumping.
Yeah, and then I guess if you were too stiff, it would just chatter a lot, right?
Yeah.
So you just had to find a medium here. And then for Arizona, we just had to go full stiff, huh? Because Arizona terrain was a lot rougher. So I mean, it was a good weekend. I hope that little tutorial helped you guys out. I know it's helped out a few of our friends, just knowing, you know, what to do with those adjustments. And you're constantly gonna have to play around on it with, depending on whatever terrain you're at, it's gonna be changing all the time if you're constantly going to different locations like us. But if you're going to the same locations, you can pretty much keep it at the same setting. It's all on preference. So it's just, you know, anything you could do to make your ride quality a lot better. I hope it helped out, guys. We will see you guys next week. Thanks for always joining in, guys.
Later, guys.
Bye. Say bye, Jay.
Lazy.